Three, two, one.
Hey, good morning, good morning. I'm meteorologist Chita Craft. So let me give you the latest here on this disturbance or this just big area of moisture sitting in the Bay of Campeche. Not much has changed from last night, but let me show you what is starting to show signs of consistency with some of the latest model runs. So a 70% chance of developing over the next 5 days. That's the exact same as last night. Across the Atlantic Basin, still monitoring Tropical Storm Bill as it moves away from the U.S. We have a tropical wave just off the coast of Africa. It's actually been downgraded, a 10% chance of developing over the next 2 and even 5 days. Let's put, though, the big area of moisture from the Bay of Campeche into these forecast spaghetti plots so you can see what models are suggesting. And notice we're starting to get more consistency with these runs, that this is expected to be areas east of us. So anywhere from the Louisiana border through the Florida Panhandle. And this is where we would be looking at potential landfall, either of a tropical depression or tropical storm, and it would take on the name Claudette. If it does make landfall, the heaviest amount of rain would actually fall to the east. That would leave us mostly dry, trending closer to the weekend. Let me show you on our future track today. We have a healthy 30 to maybe upwards of a 40% chance of an isolated downpour. That actually will help our heat. So that's a good thing. I know it's more rain, but that actually will help the heat to go down just a little bit. Let's go quickly into Friday morning. This is when that moisture source will start to make its northward trek, maybe even beginning on Thursday. And that's when we'll really start to get a better handle on exactly where and the intensity of what could possibly develop here. So Friday at 8 a.m., we are looking again at the majority of the heaviest rain falling just to the east of this. And that's typical, okay? So even if it's a depression, if it's an open wave, or if we have a tropical storm on our hands. And this one model run, kind of like what our spaghetti plots are showing, is making landfall just to our east with the heaviest rain also to the east. So the Louisiana coastline through the Florida Panhandle really needs to keep their guard up. However, here locally, we still need to stay up to date with this forecast. Things can change. The forecast is still uncertain. We're still several days out. So it's this time of the year where you need to watch in the morning and both in the evening just to make sure we're kind of staying on track here. But I do like to see over the past 2 days, we've kept it pretty steady from Louisiana into the Florida Panhandle. Then whatever develops, if it's, again, a tropical storm, a tropical depression, Claudette moves inland and then races off to the east coast. That on Father's Day, notice this is Sunday morning, keeps us mostly dry, maybe about a 20 to a 30% chance of that afternoon thunderstorm, kind of like what we're tracking today. As far as these rainfall accumulations, these are going to change depending on exactly where it makes landfall. At this point, I mean, it's just kind of what models are putting out is basically all that they know that they're putting in as far as the location, the intensity of what they know right now. So the heaviest rain would be from Louisiana to the Florida Panhandle. For us over the next 7 days, a half to 1.5 inches of rain. That's including today. That's taking you in through the upcoming weekend. So that's rain that we can handle here locally. Depending on the track, if that changes, of course, our rain accumulations will also change. What I do know now, we have an afternoon thunderstorm or two expected for your Tuesday, also for your Wednesday. That takes you even into the rest of the week. Notice these temperatures remaining in the mid to low 90s. That's all thanks to some of the rain. So if we don't really see any rain, then our temperatures are going to be a little bit hotter. If we do get some nice downpours early in the day, that's even going to help knock that heat down just a little bit more. I know some of you are just tuning in that this is live on Facebook. Some of you are streaming us on all different platforms right now. So I'll get you back to what we were talking about earlier. If you're just waking up and this is the first thing that you're checking this morning, there's a 70% chance that all of this moisture here in the Bay of Campeche, that'll continue to move into the southernmost portion and then the central portion there of the Gulf of Mexico. From there, it starts its northerly trek. And notice along the Gulf Coast, we will be looking at a potential landfall of either a tropical depression or tropical storm. So Bill developed yesterday. It's a tropical storm moving away from the U.S. So Bill is already checked off the list. We have a 10% chance that this wave off the coast of Africa will develop. So it's really just the moisture here in the Bay of Campeche that we're tracking. And it would take on the name Claudette. Claudette is the next name on the list. I'll take our spaghetti plots. These are different models suggesting where that moisture is expected to travel. And most of them showing here just east of Texas. So that includes the Louisiana border and then again right through the Florida Panhandle. most of the moisture will fall east of this storm. So either way, how it develops or it doesn't, that would leave us on the drier side of things. Now, not today. Today you have a good 30–40% chance of an isolated downpour. However, take a look at the big picture. Getting into Friday morning, counterclockwise spin, putting most of the moisture here, areas east of this system. Again, is it a tropical depression or a tropical storm? It looks like it could have the components, kind of the right ingredients to become a tropical storm that could make landfall right along the Louisiana coastline. That would put the heaviest chunk of rain here, either just east of Louisiana, maybe to the Florida Panhandle. Again, this area is pretty tight, so that would just be a really good chunk of rain. As far as the wind component, we need to watch it really closely, of course, if it gains intensification as a tropical storm. But otherwise, we would be on the drier side, on that western side, and that would actually leave your Father's Day weekend shaping up fairly nicely. It'll just be really hot, really humid. Now, we're going to continue to give you any updates, the latest the National Hurricane Center gives, and of course, our Chief Meteorologist, David Paul, will be in this evening. Okay, keep it tuned.